How are y'all doing today, guys? My name is InfraRed, and today I'm actually doing a video with Nine. You guys might know him. We're actually doing a video. There's going to be a new series, actually. You guys are really going to enjoy this. It's teaching him how to trick shot. You guys might know his channel. I believe he has 150,000 subscribers maybe now. Around there, yeah. So, I mean, it's going to be a really cool series to teach him to trick shot. He hasn't really trick shotted ever before, and I believe that's it. So without further ado, we'll get on with this video right now.
InfraRed, can you tell me what we're going to go over today?
Okay, so what we'll be covering during this video is we're going to be covering the basic class setup, you know, some of the basics to holding the controller and the benefits of each of those, the sensitivity, game modes, and timing your spins are going to be probably what we'll cover in this basic videos, because those are some of the most, you know, important aspects to trick shotting.
Okay, so for the basic class setup, what weapon am I going to use, what perks and all that? Can you go over that for me?
Sure. So there's obviously all different types of things, and I mean, everyone does have their own personal preferences, but I'll sort of set you up here with the basic setup that's going to be easiest for you to hit some shots. So what I would recommend for a class setup is to use the links with extended mags and then chromed line on it. The reason we're going to use chrome line is for the reason that you're going to get a few less hit markers with it, because it does put your damage up a little bit. For a secondary, I would use the .44 magnums and then a suppressor on it. It's just a sort of classic choice there. No real reason on why to use that. I mean, any single pistol will work for what we're going to be doing. And then I would recommend a lethal as a throwing knife, tactical as a concussion, and then we're going to get into perks. So the reason we're going to use, first of all, the lethal as the throwing knife is a few reasons there. You can sort of do like insta swaps with it. It's a pretty classic thing to use right now. There's a lot of cool trick shots using it. And in terms of the tactical as a concussion, you can either use 9-bang or concussion, but I personally prefer the concussion there. So let's move on to perks here very quickly. For perks, I would recommend Ready Up. It allows your weapon to be ready faster after sprinting. This is just nice for many reasons when you're trick shotting that we can go in more depth later on. Reflex is a huge one you want to use when trick shotting. Allows you to swap weapons faster. Steady aim is very good. There was a video on my channel actually that showed the huge benefits when you're using steady aim. It really does help when trick shotting. It's very good in Call of Duty Ghost. Resilience, take no falling damage. That's you know, given there. You're going to need that when trick shotting. And I would recommend, if you're just learning, you know, maybe put on the extra lethal one. Allows you to have two throwing knives, so if you do accidentally throw one away, you still have another one. So there is probably the one of the basic class setups. There is lots you could be using, but that's what I would go with.
Yeah, so in the future, we're going to be going over more specific shots, and obviously there's going to be specific class setups that you're going to need. So this class setup isn't set in stone.
Exactly, yeah.
It's fluid, and it changes based on what shots you're going to be going for, right?
For sure, exactly.
Okay, so now let's go over holding the controller. So there's a few different ways to do that. Now, can you tell me about some of these ways?
Sure, and you know, like I say, I mean, we could go into videos that are you know, very long on each of these and break them down, and maybe we'll do that in the future. Actually, I've done a lot of videos like this before, but there is pretty much 4 main ways that I know of that people do use when trick shotting. Sorry. So the first one is probably the oldest method, is stretch. Now, if you guys don't know what that is, that's where you actually take your left thumb on the controller, you move it over to the right analog stick, and you spin around with that, and then use your right thumb to press the buttons and do all the tricks that you want to do.
So you play normally until you're going for the trick shot, and then you switch to stretch.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
You're going to play normally and then move your thumb over.
Okay, so another method then. What would be another method?
Okay, so the next method, and probably one of the most common methods, is the claw hold. Now, some of you guys might have heard of this. What this is a little bit hard to explain. We will probably have a video on the screen now showing you guys. But what this is where instead of shooting with your pointer finger, like you normally would when you're normally playing, you're actually going to pull your pointer finger down and allow it to press, you know, the A, X, Y, B buttons if you're on the Xbox, and you're going to actually shoot with, I guess you could say, like your middle finger there. So there will be a little bit of a clip on the screen. You guys will get a little bit of a perspective there, but that's how you're going to use claw. So do you have any questions on that?
Well, the difference between claw and stretch, like one of the big things is that claw, you'd be running around all the time with your fingers in that formation, right? You're not going to switch at the last second before you go for the shot.
Well, I mean, it actually depends. A lot of, like, when I was first learning claw, I would keep my fingers like that the whole time I was playing just to get used to it. Now, I mean, it sort of depends. Sometimes I'll just play normally, and then when I go for the shot, I'll just get back in that position. It really does depend on how you get used to it, I guess. There's no set in stone marking on that.
And I guess another thing is, it's really easy for a lot of people to play claw with the Xbox 360 controller, and then on the Xbox One,
yes,
it's a bit more problematic.
Yeah, when you get on the Xbox One, a lot of people are complaining about playing claw. The buttons just seem like they're closer or something. I'm not 100% sure. It definitely does get a little bit more hard and challenging when you're doing it on the Xbox One than on the Xbox 360, but I mean, that's just what people are saying. Claw, I do hear a lot of people say, you know, it hurts their finger. Even myself, when I'm trick shotting for hours on end, my finger does start to get sore. When I first started it, oh my goodness, my finger would just ache. Like, it was bad. So, I mean, that's one of the problems with claw there. Stretch, you don't have that problem. A lot of people don't go with stretch for the reason that there's a lot of shots you can't really do with it. A lot of people used to use it, but now with the complexity in this community for trick shotting, I mean, I don't know. I would recommend going with claw if you're going to debate between stretch and claw, sorry. So let's move on with the next one here. Which is a scuff controller. Now, a lot of you guys may have heard of those. I have one for my Xbox 360, actually. I have the two-paneled one. It definitely helps. The thing with a scuff is, for the most part, you still have to play claw. You're still going to have to get used to claw. It just makes it a little bit easier, depending on what the buttons are. Now, I don't have a four-paneled scuff. I'm not sure if people, when they use a four-paneled scuff, don't play claw at all. I believe you might not be, you might not have to, play claw if you're using a four-paneled scuff. But
yeah, because the point of playing claw is so that you can access all four of the A, B, X, Y buttons without taking your thumb off the stick. So sure. I would think the scuff basically does that, hey, without the need to use claw.
Yeah, it might. And like I said, I haven't tried one, so I can't really talk too much about it.
I've never used a scuff either, actually.
Okay, so. I have a two-paneled one, and I mean, it works nice on the 360. I use it. But yeah, I mean, I'm not 100% sure on the four-paneled one. If any of you guys have a four-paneled scuff and Trickshot, let me know in the comments if you guys still have to play claw or if you guys just use the four panels on it, because I'm not 100% sure. But that's just another option. And then the final option is an Avenger. I just did a review on one of those a while back. On the Xbox One, that's what I've been using, pretty loyally now, is, the Avenger. It's pretty crazy. I could probably put a little screenshot up on the screen if you guys want to take a look at what it looks like there. You don't have to play claw. You don't have to take your hands off the controller. There is a lot of benefits with it. The new one they just came out with for the Xbox One is very nice, actually. So, there's a lot of pros and cons with that as well. That's what I use right now on the Xbox One, just because the new one they came out with actually, it hasn't even came out yet. I just got one of them to use here. They allowed me to use the demo one, but anyways, I don't want to go off on that.
Okay, so there's a lot of options to hold the controller here, obviously. What do you think is the most common for the top trick shotters out there?
The top trick shotters right now, I would say, are probably playing claw with a mixture of scuff in there. I think that seems to be the common right now. Scuff's been around for a long time. Claw with the scuff, I would say, on the Xbox 360 controllers right now is what's really, dominating the field. Okay, so this video did go on longer, but we actually decided we're going to cut it off there just because this video went on a lot longer than we expected. So we're going to put this into 2 videos. If you guys like this series, if you guys want more of this, if you guys have any questions involving trick shots, please do throw them in the comments. Make sure you guys go over there and check out 9 as well. He's a really good guy. And anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this series. There was some of the basics to trick shotting, and I do believe that is it. So until the next episode, that is InfraRed, guys, and I'm signing out. Later.